It's more than just the gossip. It's the issues that matter most to you. A closer look at current events, just the tip, special guests, and more. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe, Arizona's longest-running drag live stream. Hosted by Felicia Fefe Minor and Freddy Prinze Charming. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe.
Ooh, hello. Good evening.
You were playing with your eye.
I was. It was, yeah. You'll see that Felicia put in all the effort tonight, and I decided to just sort of half-ass it because I couldn't be bothered. I woke up like this. Sorry.
You're welcome. My half-tired and natural look with the bags. This is makeup right here. This is drawn out right here. It's brought to you by no sleep and working 14 hours for the last 2 days. And so you're welcome. This is my natural look. And Freddy is cogs and wheels over there. I love this look.
Not so much a Borg, it's an eye patch. It's not an implant. It's just an eye patch.
But it could be.
It could be, but I have another piece that could totally be. Then I could be a steampunk Borg, but I didn't go that route.
Oh, I don't know where mine is. Oh, maybe it's in here. For when I was a cyborg, it's over here.
Maybe I'll try and challenge myself one year or something. I'll do I'll do a month of different steampunk looks or something.
This is from when I did it with Brandon. But anyhow, so this is where we are.
Hi, welcome to your Wednesday night conversation. This is season 10, episode 16 of Let's Have a Fefe. It's fine. I'm not even worried about it. I know Felicia is stressed out and tired, so I got this. If you need to take a nap, I got you.
I mean, I could just go like this. Whenever I feel a yawn come on, I'm just gonna. You can still hear me.
Like Zoom.
It'll be fine.
It's like Zoom.
We'll Zoom it. Because I know
this is gonna
everybody.
Be fun because.
Oh my God.
I have now I have no depth perception, but also I'm wearing contacts, so I can't really see anything. This is gonna be fun. It'll be fine.
Okay, you need me to throw some comments on the screen so you can read them.
No, I'm just gonna make the font bigger. Can I do that? Can I zoom in on the Google Doc? Is there a way to? Oh yes, there is. I'm gonna try and do this real quick. Let me see.
Why do we sound like two old people?
That's okay.
Trying to start a meeting.
Why am I a cat? I don't know how this happened. It's fine. I'm just there we go. Okay, I've increased I've zoomed in on the Google Doc so I can actually see now.
Oh, okay. We'd like to thank our patrons who support us on Patreon: Allison, Brandon, Cassandra, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Jody, Leanne, Nicole, Patricia Mason, Sassy, who's watching tonight, Shannon, Shelley, and Sky. A special thanks to our friends and supporters, Patricia Mason, Drake Jensen, Sky, for taking a deeper plunge. And
also, if you are on our Patreon, I believe we just put an announcement up there.
We just did it because these bags under my eyes afforded me the trip.
Yeah, they're not bags. It's a matching set of luggage. It's fine.
Special thanks to
I got
Joan.
The same ones.
Special thanks to Joan.
Which is why I'm giving myself Botox for my
birthday. Special thanks to Joan of Babish Jewelry and Wood Art, Guido Martin, and Jeremy Bright of Ripple Phoenix. You can donate to us We are a charity.
And how do we make ourselves a 501c3? That's what I would like to know.
That is ask Donald Trump. He does it all the time.
My face will not be frozen. It'll be fine. I'll still have expression.
Who said that?
Yes.
Anyhow, you can text LHAF to 602-730-7379 and get updates about the show. I think I scheduled one to go out before the show this evening. So I wouldn't have to try to remember. You're buying the Botox yourself?
I said I'm getting myself Botox.
Oh, okay.
For my birthday.
What
because basically all the other stuff, all my partner's going to get me for my birthday is like things to cook with, because then she knows that she benefits too.
They're practical items. I'm right along right there with her. So let's go have these. Send me a list.
Oh my God. Once we get we'll talk about it.
And something new, if you're on Facebook, you can click the stars. I believe we are at $1.25 still. But
hey, that's $1.25 more than we had before. So that's fine.
If you click the stars, we can earn money on Facebook too. Dang. I'm done begging for money. How was your weekend?
It was actually kind of busy. I didn't mean it to be busy. It just sort of happened. So Saturday, I forgot to put this on the thing. I actually started running a couple errands. I had to go get my hair cut. So I figured I had to go to SAS to try and find material for a costume for next weekend. And I ended up going to all three SAS, because there's like a material that I've been seeing at one of them for years and years. I always see this material and I'm like, it's cool material. I don't know what I'd ever use it for. This is what I'd fucking use it for. Of course, I go to the SAS and it's not there. So I'm like, really? So driving all over town, trying to find this material, no help.
The one costume we talked about? Not on the show. We didn't talk about it on the show, but
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember which one we talked about. I can't remember that far back. But ended up just kind of running around, and then had to drive to Chandler to get my hair cut. Because I had to get my hair cut. It was starting to get to the point where it's starting to stand out, like just stick out straight, like at the side.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. The difference is you're kind of working like the whole afro thing. When I do it, I just look like a crazy old man. So there's a difference when my hair starts sticking out all over the place.
Oh, so it's only when you get a
haircut.
It's not when you get a haircut then.
And then by the time I got my haircut and got that done, I had to come all the way back up. I'm just ignoring that. Come all the way back up here and then start getting ready for sex trivia. Like it was a little bit crazy.
I did not know
sex trivia was on
kind
Saturday. It was so much fun. Sex trivia. Like I got there a little bit early and I walk in and it's outside out back on the patio, and I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my God, there's no tables. And I thought that it was just random people just like hanging out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like if these people aren't staying for trivia, like they're going to have to move. Otherwise our people aren't going to have any. They all stayed. Like we had no seats, both rounds. It was freaking awesome. It was so much fun. It really was.
We had one group of teachers. That was fun. And
they got we added a new category. Middle school sex ed. You'd be surprised. Nobody got this shit right. Nobody. Like nobody. It was terrible.
Whatsoever.
It was terrible. Nobody got the middle school. Nobody got the middle school sex ed.
People who thought they knew did not know. At all.
Also, people with penises, know your body. Just saying. Without
giving too much away.
We're still working. We're still working on house stuff. We've almost got everything situated out back in the shed so that the contractors can start there. Our next big project is the yard. If anybody wants to help, anybody handy with like landscaping shit, if you want to help, please let us know. We can pay in good company, really good food, and pool time once everything gets set up. Just saying. Speaking of good food and things, so we went to Lowe's to go look at turf and stuff, and walked out with a Blackstone flat top griddle, a big 36-inch flat top griddle that has like a table that like lifts up, and there's like a little table over here, and there's like a magnetic spot for like tools and things, and yeah.
Interesting.
It's so we have like it's like, you know, that when you go to like the hibachi, when you go to like Benihana, it's like that. It's like a flat top griddle, a propane flat top griddle, and that's all it does. It's just a griddle. But it's 4 separate burners, so I can control the heat in 4 separate areas. I can there's like nifty little things,
Let me
like little
check my
silicone things
calendar.
for like
Hold on.
eggs and
Hold on.
stuff.
Let me
I
check my
can make
calendar.
like I can do all sorts of things with it, and I'm
Let
very
me check
excited
my
to use it.
calendar. Let me
Oh,
just
you're gonna
check
come.
my
How are
calendar.
you with landscaping stuff? You want to come up and do some landscaping?
Oh, I gotta work to get it. Oh, let me close the
Mm.
calendar. Let me close that
You're right.
calendar.
That's
No. No.
Yeah. Same though. Same.
You can supervise an adult beverage. I could supervise an adult beverage and then it disappears.
See, I can't. I can supervise, but I can't be in the sun. Like, all this shit that we have to do is outside, and it's already too damn hot. I cannot like be working outside like that. So I need people that enjoy doing things in 400-degree heat, because I cannot, like, physically cannot. So, how was your weekend?
I'm not your people then.
Oh, and we went to go get late night sushi after sex trivia. That was fun.
Yes. That was relaxing, to say the least. Even though my shapewear, if you were at sex trivia, that
Testicles.
my goodness. So I don't think I did anything on Friday. Friday was a work day. Sex trivia was fun. Again, teachers didn't know. People who thought they knew about sex trivia, especially, I don't know what it is about the cis males that
Cis men, no matter whether they are gay or straight or bi or whatever, cis men always seem to think they know all the things about the sex.
it's like
And they
uncomfortable
don't.
sometimes. And they oh yeah, I know
I
about
have a
this.
hair on
And
my
one
face.
guy
It's so
sat
funny.
next to this girl and was like, "Oh, I don't want to sit by myself," and then started to like kind of act like he was, an expert. Let's go for that. And he quickly learned his lesson that they did not want his expertise at all. It was but highly entertaining. You should join us on June 18th. Was that on Saturday too that I did the butterfly exhibit? Oh my God, what was I thinking? So earlier in Saturday, we went
I
to
don't
the
know why we
butterfly
decided that
exhibit.
Saturday is a really good idea to start doing things like before sex trivia. Christ.
So we did the Butterfly Wonderland, Odyssey, and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Did you know that was here? I didn't know that they had just.
I remember going to Ripley's when I lived in Bangkok. There was like a little thing that was always there. That's funny.
Well, the little bit is afraid of the world's tallest man. They have an animatronic version of him, and so he stands up and he leans forward and he moves his head a little bit, and so
that's creepy.
he stood up because he was like, is he 8 foot tall, something like that?
I think so. I think it's something like
And
that.
so he stands up, and then he like just looks down, and then it turns its head, and it leans forward.
That's not creepy at all.
And so she, parents are not supposed to be entertained by their children, and so I was highly entertained though. But it was a
I would have been too,
good
not gonna
day.
lie.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
It was a good day, and then we did sex trivia on Sunday. I don't think I did much of anything worth telling, unless you wanted to know that I cleaned my bathroom.
And thank you, DJ Image. I'm kind of digging this look myself. I had a little bit of time, so I'm like,
oh, it doesn't show his
can actually
name. That's scary.
I know. I don't know why. It shows it on the chat in Facebook, just not here, and I don't know why. Yeah.
He has to give permission.
Anyway, so speaking of sex trivia, this evening's tip is I think this is going to happen quite often, but this evening's tip is inspired by sex trivia, shall we say. So we've talked about like toys and materials and things like that in the past, but we haven't in a while. I think it's been a hot minute since we've talked about that kind of stuff. We have new people watching, people forget, so it's a good time to revisit. So one of the questions for sex trivia has a picture of 4 different dildos, and the question is which of these is the only really body safe one, and one is cyberskin, one is jelly, one is TPE, and one is silicone. Now everybody got it right. However, afterwards I was asked things like, what is cyberskin? Why are things like silicone, or why are things that are not silicone bad? So it's like people know that silicone is good, but they don't know why the other shit is shit.
Not.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the different materials, what they're made of, things like that, and why there are only certain things that really should be put inside holes. So
sometimes.
First up, we have jelly. Now, jelly is probably one of the most common toys that you see. Every fucking sex store has them. They're inexpensive, and there's a reason why they're inexpensive. They're actually made. They're made from PVC, but
like
they need plasticizers. They need plasticizers to make it plasticizers. They need plasticizers to make it pliable and soft. So you have this, basically it's a PVC with added shit so that it's a little bit wobbly and not like a PVC pipe. They pretty much all contain phthalates, which are bad and not body safe. They're extremely porous. They need to be washed before and after use. You need to wear a condom, like put a condom on the toy.
Oh my God.
If you keep it in a drawer with other jelly toys, they'll actually start to fuse into this like mutant jelly blob. I've seen it happen. It's gross. So gross. They have a super short lifespan. So like you watch, if you have a jelly toy, regardless of how often you try to clean it, regardless of whether you wear a condom on it, you'll see it start to discolor. It'll start getting cloudy. It'll start it's so gross. And they almost all contain some amount of latex. So they're not great for folks with a latex allergy or sensitivity. So keep that in mind. Also, when you open a package that has a jelly toy, that smell, that's fucking chemicals. It's gross.
Oh, I
not recommended. It's disgusting. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. Just avoid jelly toys. Avoid jelly toys. And you can find them all over the place. And you're like, oh, this is really cheap. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Trust me, spend the extra, get something way better. Just don't do it. So next up is TPE and TPR. TPE is thermoplastic elastomer, and TPR is thermoplastic rubber. They're pretty much the same thing. They're both a copolymer blend of plastics and rubber. Yummy. That's exactly the kind of thing you want to put in your holes. The biggest difference between the two of them is TPE is thermoplastic rubber that is made up of styrene, ethylene, butadiene, and styrene. So that's the chemical compound. TPR is styrene, butadiene, styrene. So basically, TPE is a little bit more stable because of the ethylene.
Are you serious?
It's disgusting, y'all. This is not shit you want to put inside your body. They're usually phthalate free, but they're still really porous. You can't sterilize them, and they're not hypoallergenic. Like, if your sex toys contain ingredients and materials that are multi-syllable, difficult to pronounce, like, just not like, that's a red flag there, folks. Like, it's like looking at like anything, whether it's a beauty product or whatever. If you look at the ingredients and it's like this long on the bottle and it's all like things that contain multi-syllable stuff with numbers and shit, probably not something you really want to put on your body. So hang on, Juan, we're getting to it. Trust me, we got a whole slew of shit here. So silicone out of the soft materials is the only one that is really and truly body safe. Silicone is non-porous, it's hypoallergenic, no phthalates, and because of the way that silicone is, you can have toys that are softer, that are less firm, and you can have toys that are actually very firm. I actually have a combination of a selection of both. Some of my toys are quite squishy and quite soft, and others are quite firm. It depends on what you're using them for. It's odorless because there's no fucking weird chemicals in it. It's sterilizable. You can take your silicone toy, you can boil it, you can put it in the dishwasher, but don't put it in with soap. Like, just put it in with it by itself. But the hot water in a dishwasher will totally sterilize your silicone toys, which is fantastic. One thing you need to remember, though, is that not all silicone toys are the same. The companies can call something silicone if there's only like 10% silicone in it. So you want to look for something that says medical grade or platinum grade silicone. Companies like Pipe Dream, Cal Exotics, the cheap ass shit that you find, they'll say like,
which
oh,
cheap
it's
ass
a
shit?
toy. Like those particular companies. Pipe Dream, Cal Exotics, those particular companies are the ones that try and like get away with like, look, this is silicone. But you'll notice that they don't say it's medical grade or high grade or platinum grade. They just say silicone, being they can get away with that if they happen to put 10% silicone in a fucking jelly toy. Still fucking jelly. It's still gross. Don't do it. The best brands for silicone toys, Tantus is always a really good bet. Vicskin is always a really good bet. Fun Factory, I love Fun Factory, is another really good one. Bad Dragon, if you like some fun designs.
Reptilian,
there's
like
all sorts of stuff. Like there's but there are so many good companies out there that do have good medical grade, platinum grade silicone toys. It is more expensive than like the other shitty stuff, but it will literally last you for years if you can avoid having your animals grab it and eat it. If you can, if you take care of it, your silicone toys will last forever. I have silicone toys and silicone packers and stuff that I have had for years. The silicone packers that I have that I use when I'm like in drag and stuff, they are Vicskins. They're called Mr. Right. They are medical grade silicone. I've had them since I worked at Fascinations. The last time I worked at Fascination was in 2014.
Oh, wow.
Right. They've been around the block. I still have toys that I got when I worked at Fascinations. If you take care of your silicone toys, they will last you forever. Silicone can also is fun with temperature play. You can actually put them like in the fridge. You can put them in warm water, and they'll actually hold on to that temperature for like some fun temperature play stuff. So there's that too. There is glass. So a lot of times, people that aren't familiar with it, you hear glass toy and they're like, oh my God, I don't want something shattering in my asshole. And it's like, okay, think more like Pyrex, okay? So glass toys are heat treated to extreme temperatures. And when you have like an actual pie thing, I don't know if any of you have ever had like a Pyrex bowl or like a Pyrex pie plate, like legitimate Pyrex. You drop it, it doesn't shatter. It'll break into like big pieces. And the glass
or sometimes it bounces right back.
Right. Sometimes they don't even break. So they're very durable. They're not going to break off in an orifice. That's not going to happen. They're totally sterilizable. Obviously, if you drop it on like tile, chances are that it will probably break, but it won't shatter. They're totally sterilizable, which is fantastic. Great for temperature play. You can actually put them in the freezer. And I mean, obviously, you only have one choice when it comes to like firmness because it's fucking glass, but they're fun because they have different shapes, different sizes, different textures. Glass toys are actually great to play with. There are hard plastics, and the hard plastics you'll see a lot of times. A lot of the prostate stimulators are hard plastic. A lot of sort of standard vibrators, like the ones that you see that are just like long and kind of, they look like a tube, hard plastic. There's really nothing wrong with the hard plastic ones. You just have to remember to clean them. They're non-porous. They're usually phthalate free. They're easy to clean. You can actually sterilize them with alcohol or a 10% bleach solution. Obviously they're, you know, if it's a vibrator, it's electronic, so you don't want to like dump them in water or whatever. You just wipe them off. Same thing with like the plastic, the hard plastic prostate stimulators and things like that. So their hard plastic really is not a terrible choice. So one of the worst,
you want me to put it back up there?
Worst. Cyberskin. So everybody's seen Cyberskin. If you go to an adult store, whether you go to Castle, whether you go to Fascinations, whether you're not in Arizona, you go to your local, whatever, you see them. They're the ones that they're like Fanta Flesh, Cyberskin, and they've always got like this little nodule thing that says, touch me, feel me, I feel real. And you'll notice that after a while, that little nodule on the thing always ends up looking gross and like almost like, you know how wool likes to pill up like that? It's like, ugh, so gross. Cyberskin is generally a blend of like silicone and latex, PVC, TPE. They just kind of throw whatever they want in there.
Oh, so it's like the hot dogs of toys.
Right. It's like the hot dog of fucking sex toys. But instead of like pig lips, you get all the leftovers that the goods that, you know, like they just just throw it in. The idea is that it's supposed to feel like super realistic or whatever, but it's extremely porous. It is super porous. And they're super high maintenance. You have to use a specific type of toy cleaner. You can't just use any kind of toy cleaner. You have to use toy cleaners that are specific for Cyberskin, and you have to use a powder on it. And the powder has to be a specific type of powder because it's like, otherwise it's going to start getting gross even faster. You can't use powders with talc. You never want to use powders with talc, but specifically you don't want to use powders with talc on Cyberskin because it'll just absorb it and then put it back on your body. Just bleh. You do have to use a condom with Cyberskin toys. You can't keep it in a drawer with other Cyberskin or jelly toys because it'll just turn into that glob of jelly and Cyberskin mutant mush. Has the same fucking chemically smell as jelly does because it's a mix of plastic and shit. Gross. Don't fucking use it. Do not use. Stay away from Cyberskin. Stay away from jelly. Stay away from TPR. Just don't do it. The last option that you find are either stainless or surgical steel. Just remember, if something says stainless steel, it's never 100% stainless. Anybody knows this who has stainless steel cookware. They say stainless. I'm like, why is there a stain on this cookware? Nothing's ever 100% stainless. It's not going to happen. The benefits, though, to the steel is that it is completely non-porous. Obviously, it can conduct vibrations really cool. So if you can add like a cock ring onto like one end of it, you can use it sort of alongside things like the Hitachi wand and stuff. Fantastic for temperature play, just like the glass. You can put it in the freezer. You can put it in like hot water. It'll hold on to that too. They're super heavy, which it's a completely different sensation. A stainless steel, like a stainless steel butt plug, feels completely different than any other type of butt plug just because of the weight of it. A stainless steel dildo feels completely different than any other type of dildo because of the weight of it. But they're super fun to play with. Obviously, I'm gonna throw this out there. I would hope this would be common sense, but With things like the glass and the stainless steel, you don't want to, like, if you have a glass or stainless steel dildo or like an insertable, that kind of a thing, you don't want to go slamming it in with a whole bunch of thrusts. You don't want to do that because you're dealing with something that's very hard, and just don't. You'd be surprised.
Do people
You can
do that?
injure somebody. Don't do that. There are tricks and ways to use glass and stainless steel dildos, and it is not just jamming it in there and going jackrabbity like you can with the softer dildos. You can't do that. It's more about pressure. It's more about the weight of it. So if you use one, I highly recommend getting one. They're fantastic. Just keep that in mind. Experiment with it, but just know that you can't just go thrusting like a crazy person. They're completely sterilizable. They can be, just like some of the others, they can be pricey. But again, these are one of these things where if you have a stainless steel toy, as long as you take care of it and don't do stupid shit with it, it will last you literally forever because it's stainless steel. So it's an investment. And if you want things that are body safe, and with the body safe toys, with the steel, with the glass, with the silicone, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it with the plastic so much, but with the ones that can be completely sterilizable in terms of they can be boiled, they can be put in the dishwasher. Those are fantastic if you have multiple partners. If you ever do anything with groups, they can be sterilized in between uses, so you don't have to worry about using them with multiple partners because they're sterilizable. It's fantastic. So yes. So if you remember nothing else, jelly, TPR and TPE, and
Jelly goes on
Cyberskin,
toast.
no. If you need some recommendations
TPR
for
is
some
made out of
fantastic
pipes.
toys, it's gross. If you need some recommendations on some places to get some really cool toys, send me a message. I'm happy to send you some links. There are some sellers on Etsy actually that make platinum grade silicone toys. So I will happily send you where you need to go to get some really good toys. That's one thing I'm more than happy to do. So yeah, remember, silicone, yes. Stainless steel, yes. Glass, yes. Hard plastic, yes. But the hard plastic I would not recommend as like a lifetime toy. Like, it'll last you a while for sure. But and yes, the magic wand, if you need a good vibrator, get the magic wand. It's very versatile. We like versatility. And there's attachments and all sorts of fun things for it. I don't like, there's a hair on my face and I can't see it and it's bothering me. But yes, if you need a good vibrator, definitely get the Hitachi wand. It is considered the Cadillac of vibrators, and it's doesn't matter what gender you are. There are enough attachments for it that it doesn't matter what you do and what kind of bits you have, you can find something that works for you. So as far as vibrators go, get that. But remember, you also have to clean them every once in a while. So yes.
Clean up after you.
Yeah.
It's like Be Kind, Rewind. Clean up after.
I always have to remember, like, because we have contractors and stuff that have been coming in and out, and one of them had to come in and take a look at our bathroom to see if we can put a bathtub in there. And I had to run back and make sure that we didn't have any toys sitting on the counter, because use a toy afterwards, you clean it, you spray it and you leave it so it dries. You don't just put it back in the sex armoire all wet and shit. So you leave it out to dry. And I'm like, oh, I should make sure that we don't have anything back there. So I have to run back anytime, depending on who we have over, because now we have a sex armoire, so we can like close things, so we don't have everything all out and about.
Yes.
Although Shannon did come in and, like, before we got the armoire, sort of arrange things nicely. But now they're tucked away and proper,
So I must have saw them after they were in order.
Yeah.
I thought after they were in order. And there's nothing wrong with a sex toy on the counter. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
but since that makes some people go, what the fuck?
Juan, I will send you. You can actually find them on Amazon. Juan asked what company sells the magic wand. You can find them on Amazon. We have 2 of them. You're welcome.
The Amazon. Speaking of,
I need somebody to actually like pay me to be able to do this stuff, because I swear to God, if I can get out of the corporate gig and just have somebody pay me to do this. Anyway, go ahead.
You could have Elon Musk hire you to make sure that Twitter doesn't have any fake accounts. Elon Musk has put his Twitter purchase on hold until Twitter can prove that there are less than 5.
Wait, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Laura never ever use KY. Never use KY as a lubricant. In any circumstance, KY is never good. For the people that have bits that require you go to some sort of an OBGYN, whether it's once a year, every few years, whatever the hell it is that you need to do, bring your own lubricant with you. You can get little pocket size, purse size silicone lubes. Bring those with you. Never buy anything from KY. It contains all sorts of gross materials.
That next week?
Yes. I'm just saying because it was mentioned right now.
No. I mean, like,
yes, we can,
because
yes.
Last week I got asked, and I don't know if those people saw you, but because they wanted to know, like, how do you approach the doctor with it, like, and that's a good question, like that, like what would be like some kind of protocol. You're like, I see you rubbing that thing on that.
We can totally talk about that. But yes, never use anything KY. It actually contains all sorts of shit that it causes irritation. It can actually exacerbate and cause things like yeast infections. Never buy anything that is a KY product. The KY his and hers shit. Never ever do that. They contain crap like honey, which honey and sugars and things could cause yeast infections. Do not buy anything KY, and for God's sakes, don't use oils. Oils with mucous membranes is just don't do it. There are good lubricants. If you need suggestions, folks, give me a holler. I will happily give you a list of lubricants that I enjoy. The Sliquid, any kind of this liquid is good stuff. There's nothing weird in it. Trust me, I got you.
Baby oil.
No KY ever. No baby oil. No olive oil. No coconut oil. No Astroglide. Trust me. Just if anybody message me, I will give you a list of all the things that you need to know. I got you. Sorry, please continue. I just had to address that before I got.
Astroglide makes me feel funny. So
it's because it's terrible. It's all full of bleh.
No matter which way it's going, it doesn't feel good for me.
No, it's gross. No.
So before Laura interrupted us, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Elon Musk has put his Twitter purchase on hold because he wants the data to speak for itself, and he wants 5% or less fake accounts on Twitter before he buys it. But I told Freddie we should create more accounts on there and start like
everybody go to Twitter and create a fake account. All of you, that is your job. Go now to Twitter and create a fake account, because I swear to God, this to me just says, oh my God, everybody got mad at me because I wanted to buy Twitter and because I didn't want anybody to tell me that I was a stupid idiot, and now everybody hates me and now I don't want it. So I have to figure out how I don't want it, and I can't just say I don't want it because that just makes me look stupid. So now I'm going to say,
yeah, and I don't want everybody to realize that I just like purchase bots for like $40 billion.
It's so stupid. He's such a fucking idiot. Such an idiot. Speaking of idiots,
oh my
Disney
God.
went ahead and dropped Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. It's been official. They have officially dropped Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Though if you ask me, what they really need to do is just drop any more future shit for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like that, it's tapped out. We're done. We don't need any more.
I would say that it's
We're
done
done.
as well because how many movies have they made off of that? Like,
I don't know, too fucking many. Too fucking many.
they
Like
have a
we're at the
ride.
part where we're like at like straight to like home movies. Like we're at the straight to like VHS versions of Pirates at this point. Like we're
I
done.
know, and
We don't need any more.
also if they replace him, then it's definitely straight to DVD or
Well,
Disney Plus,
apparently like
whatever.
there was enough promo shit done for whatever new pirate thing that they're doing that he's still on the merchandise. He's all like, so I don't know that they've like said who they're replacing him with or what they're gonna do.
That's
I'm
a
like,
lot
y'all
of
are fucking
money.
dumb.
That's
Y'all
a
are
lot of
fucking
money.
stupid, but whatever. I'm like,
No
it
hemp
too
lotion.
many. They should have stopped at like what 2, maybe 3 would have been plenty. We don't need any more than that.
Then we got into
We're
like
done.
all kinds of movies. They tried to no, they tried it.
It got fucking
Uh,
stupid. We don't need it. We're done.
uh, back to our previous conversation. No hemp lotion. I don't even
Don't
want to know
use
why you know
lotion
that.
as lubricant at all. Never use
Yikes.
lotion as any kind of lubricant. Blech.
Yes, Elon is not winning. His stock in Tesla is going down too. There's
Do
been
I think
6
and do I think
movies.
that's a
Oh,
lot. You didn't need 6 is unnecessary.
that's a lot.
Laura asked, do we think he's guilty? I think that
They're both.
honestly, I think that Amber Heard is a really shitty ass person.
I think they're
And
both
if you
like very
they're
abusive to each other.
they are, but I have a sneaking suspicion, just based on what I've heard, is there comes a point when you are in an abusive relationship, and I can say this, when you basically start fighting back and it becomes like uh, like a defense mechanism, like learned behavior almost. Like,
Mhm.
you know, yes, they were both doing like not good things, but let's be real, Amber Heard is a piece of shit human. Like,
And a lot of the stuff sounds not like we had never heard from other people about the same things.
right.
But this sounds like a little bit overkill. I
I
don't know what
think
to call it.
I think it's ridiculous that, you know, with this, like, you know, they'll you know, Disney will drop Johnny Depp, you know, Netflix or whatever will remove like Will Smith movies because of that bullshit. But let's go ahead and keep Woody Allen movies on things. Let's go ahead and keep like it's a double standard and it's bullshit.
Mhm.
It's a double standard and it's bullshit. If you're gonna cancel one of them, cancel all of them and get rid of everything. Like, get rid of every Woody Allen movie, every Woody Allen movie that he produced, directed, wrote, whatever. Get rid of it. Same thing with any of the other abusers, but they're not going to do that.
No.
So I think it's fucking stupid.
What about Kevin Spacey? Have we forgotten about him?
He's like dropped off the face of the planet.
I mean, but his movies are still on streaming platforms.
So that's because whatever, like it. I don't know how they decide, you know, which abuser to keep and which abuser not to keep. It's a bunch of horseshit. I don't know if they have like, you know, they have like a mash like thing, and they're like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Okay, we get the
Do they have a
apartment. 1, 2, 3,
matrix
4,
that they're
5,
like,
6.
he doesn't
Or they
fit
have
the
like, you know,
rubric?
the little like the little thing where they're like, all right, pick a number, you know, and they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we're canceling Johnny Depp this week, folks. All right, put this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're canceling. Oh, I don't like that one. We're gonna do it again. You know, like that's how I envision like these executives doing this.
I picture it being like a Plinko, that they just go, oh, put the coin in, and oh, no, we're keeping him. We're keeping him. We're keeping him.
It's so fucking stupid. I don't know.
So movies are in the can and can't take back. What do you mean? They've taken stuff off of live streams before. I mean, not live streams, but streaming networks before,
streaming
because
services,
of Will Smith, like his stuff got taken down as soon as the slap happened, almost. So
that's bullshit. That is such absolute utter fucking bullshit.
But his new series is still up there because I think contractually it has to stay. But the thing is, sometimes you can still find the Cosby Show places.
Right. Nobody has a problem with like putting out all the new fucking Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, so
like
they have already been viewed. I can't look at Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, or Will Smith movies the same way again. Well, and they still play. R. Kelly still has a catalog on most music platforms. So and that has been proven.
Right.
It all does come down to money, money, money. So, what's next on the list?
The important stuff.
Oh my god. UFOs are being talked about in Congress. They're saying that they really need to start really.
No, seriously. This is legit. I found it. It's on CNN.
They're saying they
real news.
Really need to start investigating reports.
So the thing, okay, so in reading this article,
I can't believe this.
So no,
this is
it's
almost
legitimate.
Like
it has come up now in Congress. There have been numerous, like, not just everyday, like Joe Bob in his like trailer out in Podunk nowhere going, "Oh my God, I done saw me a UFO after I drank this here moonshine."
No, because they're running for Senate now.
Correct. But there are reports from like professional pilots, military pilots, like there are constant reports of UFO. They're calling them something else, AEPs or UAEs or something. I don't know. They're calling something different. But now it's like, oh, well, maybe we need to actually start kind of looking into some of these reports because they're coming from credible witnesses and credible people. And it's like, hello, no shit, you dumbasses. Like, these are things. And all UFO means is an unidentified flying object. Doesn't mean it's fucking space aliens. It could be anything. It could be a Russian fucking drone. It could be whatever. But because there's a stigma that is still attached with I saw a UFO, which now they're calling something else. I don't remember what it was.
It might be
there people aircraft. They're like, we can't actually turn this into a legitimate thing. It's like, no, you really do, because what if there's like, we're missing shit? What if these are weird spy things? What if it's, weapons being tested? What if it legitimately is something that we don't?
So I guess it's more than that. They're holding congressional hearings.
Yes. Like they're doing all sorts, like it's Congress is like, it's good thing they're focusing on important stuff instead of, I don't know, abortion, but whatever.
I mean, they're putting that on hold until they can figure out. This is like for real.
Yes, we are the only beings in this universe, and any other beings will obviously be white and male. So unless they're white and male, that's why, we're afraid that if we do have aliens, that they're not going to be white and male. And then what are we going to do? We'll have to put them in camps or something. Like, like the only, we have to, to be,
Too soon. They're called unidentified aerial phenomena. UAPs.
That is AEPs or UAPs. That's one. Unidentified
UAPs.
Aerial Phenomenon. Yeah.
This is for real.
On May 14th, unless you've been living under a rock, this actually happened, which again proves that we, of course, do not need any sort of gun control. An 18-year-old white cis male, of course, domestic terrorist, live streamed a mass shooting on Twitch. He had a full-on 180-page racist manifesto. He was he's 18. He was able to purchase an AR-15, a Mossberg 500 shotgun, plus illegal magazines. He posted all of his writings on the internet. He's been planning this shit for months, and he just pled not guilty to first-degree murder.
Wait a minute. I tell somebody to shut the hell up, and I get in Facebook jail. How did this person...
In his manifesto, in his manifesto, he talked about the Great Replacement Theory. Have you heard this? So the Great Replacement Theory is a theory held by a lot of right-wing nut jobs that there's a conspiracy to replace native-born Americans with immigrants. Native-born. So
they're
what
not
they mean by
native-born.
native-born, what they mean by native-born are the white folks that were born here. That's native-born. That's a native-born American. It doesn't matter that your grandfather was a fucking immigrant. It doesn't even fucking matter if your parent was a fucking immigrant. If you are native-born, you are born here. You're born here. You are a native-born American, and they're trying to replace you with immigrants.
I was born here.
You don't count. And
let me piggyback on this.
If anybody says that it was not racially motivated, read his manifesto, and 11 of the 13 victims were Black.
Yes, Shannon is right. The indigenous people would like to have a word.
Whatever. They're not native-born Americans.
I need to find this. I heard on KTAR that the rise of hate groups is brought on by politicians, and Arizona is one of the top 5 or top 10 with the most hate groups in the state. So
this was my surprised face.
I know, you look so surprised.
So somebody fucking douchey posted something about like, oh, we feel so bad for the victims' families, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. And someone commented on there, some stupid white woman commented on there and was like, close the borders, you need to close the borders. And myself and Ashanta Flores, who is in Tucson, we were like, why are we closing the borders? What borders? Fucking Minnesota? He was white, you asshole. We're going to close the Minnesota state line. We're going to close the Canadian border. Dude was fucking white. Well, he was probably high on the drugs that they bring over the border. No, he wasn't. He was stone cold sober, wrote a fucking 180-page manifesto. He wasn't high on anything. He was a white fucking domestic terrorist, just like every other domestic terrorist, just like all the folks, the terrorists that caused the insurrection on January 6th, all them white folks. Unabomber. What's his nuts who tried to blow up the World Trade Center? Everybody white. They're all white. Everybody white.
Oklahoma.
Not brown in any way, shape, or form. They're all fucking white men that weren't high on any sort of Mexican cocaine, you dumbass. I cannot. Ooh.
Okay, so.
And then she was like, so are you for closing the borders or not?
Huh?
What? Like, oh my God. Crack open a legitimate book at some point. Christ.
No, they're banning those. Stop it. More than 20 hate groups operate in Arizona. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center. I forget what we're ranked, but we're at the top of the list. As election season comes around, they become more active. So, as I keep saying, week after week, we need to be identifying people that help us and support us in our building of our community and city council people and
vote locally.
Yes,
that's more important even than the big ones. So
I also see on this news thing that there's a lawsuit that aims to end mail-in ballots in Arizona, so they're going after that again.
Shocker.
So I just need everybody to stay active in voting. So we're there at the polls, we're mailing in, we're doing all of it. It's just weird. So weird.
It's so fucking
we're
stupid.
Still fighting for all of this. So
welcome to Arizona, where we're trying to bring back 1943.
Well, that means I will be doing something other than what I'm doing now.
Well, thoughts and prayers. What do we got going for our next gigs? We got lots of stuff coming up here. This Friday is Cat Bingo. Do we have any spots left? Do we know?
I have not heard from our people, but I say go on there and see.
Go and see if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for Cat Bingo. Go see if we have any left. It's always a fun time. Cat Bingo's a blast, and we get to play with cats, and you get to see us. And then the following morning, because I am a glutton for fucking punishment, I am doing my first in-person drag story hour since the beginning of the pandemic at Brick Road Coffee at 10 a.m.
What?
It's in Tempe, which means I have to get up at like 7 after doing Cat Bingo. It's fine. It'll be fun. I'll be exhausted, but it'll be fun.
Sounds fun for you.
I know.
There's still some spots available, it looks like.
Oh, go get your tickets for Cat Bingo.
Yeah, there's some spots available. Yes, do it. And then you're on the 21st. I'm on the 22nd. We have Magic at Stacy's. And then on May 27th, we just like to book things back to back to back to back to back. That's what we like to do. We are going to be at Fan Fusion for the Drag Extravaganza. And then if you're on Patreon, you will know who our next week's guests are. And so that kind of ties in, kind of hint dropping in there. You're welcome. I'm
excited. I just dropped my stuff off. One costume is being kind of altered and tweaked a little bit, and then I have a couple pieces being made for the other costume, but I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yes. What's June 4th?
And we're forcing the kids to go with us.
Forcing? I don't know. It's a good time. June 4th.
Yes,
Freddy
but they're teenagers. They don't like anything.
Oh.
June. So rolling into June, on June 4th, you can actually find me at the English Rose Tea Room, up in Carefree, as Elton, for the Queen's Jubilee. I'll be doing 2 appearances, I guess, 11:45, and then I think 1:45 or 1:15 or something. I don't know. But go do the thing.
Inflation has you staying at home.
It'll be fun.
Always? You just stay at home all the time? All the time? It's okay. Me too. Let's see. And then
June 17th, we've got another Cat Bingo. Put that on your calendar. And then June 18th is like our big Pride themed sex trivia. It should be a fairly like fun sort of big to do. We may have some other things happening, so we're gonna kind of work that out. But if nothing else,
both of us, not to book anything the day after.
Day after, no.
And it's Father's
and
Day.
Then
on the 19th.
June 25th, I am actually leaving this fucking heat and heading to Washington State because myself and a few other entertainers from around here are actually going to be traveling up for Lewis County Pride, which I'm kind of excited about because I love the small prides. They make me happy. So, and again, message Sophia. And then again, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is like your exactly 2 months. Almost exactly 2 months. This is your almost exactly 2 month warning that on July 16th, I will be performing at Lady on the Rocks at the Rock. It's my birthday weekend. Put it in your calendars.
I better buy paint because I'm gonna watch it dry.
I'm just saying. Put that in there.
He has ignored every insult that I have thrown tonight.
I'm just ignoring everything. I'm not even listening. I stopped listening to you about an hour ago. Just put it in your calendars because it'd be fun. I haven't done like a birthday show in forever, so it'd be fun to see. I'm gonna try and bring some new-ish things out. I'm gonna come up with a couple new mixes and something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And we do have guests booked, but we're not going to tell you who yet because we posted it on Patreon first. Our patrons are going to know first. We'll tell you later.
We'll post it. We'll post it so you can see it, I guess. But
we'll tell you later.
Somebody else knows before you do. So Shannon can go look.
Join our Patreon.
Shannon can go look. Sky can go look. you know, I don't want to put that out there, but
Just saying.
they can do that.
Just saying.
All right. Well, thank you to all, especially those that support us on Patreon that get to see it first. Thank you for joining us for your Wednesday night conversation. Thank you to all of you who watch on the replay and those that watch live, and to those that listen on the podcast. This is not on the script, but you said it last week. I meant to add it. If you want to rate us or leave us a review, that would be lovely. 5 stars is always kinder.
I'll take a 4 stars for this episode because Felicia's not in face, but otherwise, like,
if you're on the podcast, it doesn't matter. I sound the same.
This is true. Never mind. 5 stars. If you're listening to us on the podcast, Felicia is in full face right now. In fact, she went above and beyond. I've never seen her eyelashes look so even.
Oh man,
5
that's
stars,
a lie.
please. Thank you.
Anyway, also we have like a rise of listeners in Cambodia, and I don't know why.
Maybe they're really hard up for entertainment in Cambodia.
Shout out to Cambodia for listening to us all the way over here. I don't know.
And also, don't forget, if y'all need recommendations for toys, lube, whatever, send me a message. I will happily take care of all of your needs. I will take care of the needs that you need to find the sexual. Let me clarify that. Let me just say.
And I guess we're opening up our OnlyFans next week.
Depending on who you are, I may be able to take care of some other needs. But, you have to ask really, really nicely.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. Good night.
Good night.
Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Subscribe to the Let's Have a Fefe podcast. You can listen on your favorite podcatcher. See you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. This has been Let's Have a Fefe. Good night.